Hi, I'm Blythe Stevens of A Blythe Coach, dance education and coaching to move through life with balance, grace, and power. And today I'm here, it's a little bit late for this, but I've been wanting to record this video for a little while, so we're going to go ahead and talk about recommended books or genres of books to consider for gifting in times of transition. For example, for graduation is a really popular time to give books to graduates of high school or college, even graduate school, even middle school. Make a really wonderful and memorable gift that also promotes the ongoing lifelong learning of students, which is very near and dear to my heart. As you will know, I'm also a big reader. So I wanted to share some of my favorite recommendations. If you're looking for a gift for a person who's graduating or maybe just in another kind of life transition, perhaps they're getting married or divorced or having a new baby or something like this, they could be good considerations for those sorts of life transitions as well. So I brought along some books that have been personally gifted to me at times of transition as well, has some ideas that I just think would be a wonderful contribution to someone who's in that sort of transitional period in their life. So one, of course, is spiritual books, because times of transition can be very challenging as well as exciting. Some changes are planned and welcomed, and some come upon us involuntarily. Spiritual books can be really wonderful for that. And some which have been personally given to me that I found really valuable. It's really looking aged, but it's Awakening Loving Kindness by Pema Chodron. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name, but that is a really wonderful Buddhist-based meditation book, as well as these cute little books. I have one of wisdom from the Hindu tradition, as well as Wise and Witty Prescriptions for Living from the Good Doctor, or Seussisms, given to me by my dear friend Allison. It has some really great excerpts from many of Dr. Seuss's books, which I consider spiritual wisdom as well, or whatever your favorite spiritual or religious classic is that you want to pass along to someone to help support them in their times of change. So speaking of transitions, I find coaching books really helpful too, to help us build up the skills and the resources to move powerfully into our new state. So I brought a few of those along with me, specifically appropriate for younger people. Actually, I've only kept this version of 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. And I actually like this version just as much or better as the classic. And it's great, again, for teenagers or perhaps young adults or very precocious students. Sean Covey, of course, the original is just 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, but these are, time-tested principles for effectiveness in life. A great, great graduation book. For teens and older, teens, college years, and early career, he says, Morgan Rich wrote this book called Launch Your Life. It is 5 secrets to knowing what you want in your teens, college years, and early career. And to be honest, I think we all can use this book in times of transition. Teens, college years, and early career are not the only times that we experience drastic change. Many people do change careers later in life, and that's fantastic. Maybe our path to finding what we want and getting what we want is longer, and I just think this is a wonderful book. It has a graphic novel component, and it caters to various different learning styles, and it's just packed with really inspiring and helpful advice. So, Launch Your Life. And then also, this one's called Coach Yourself to Success by Talane. Miedaner. Again, sorry about the pronunciation. I will be providing all of this information in the video description as well, so that you can find these books again. But it's 101 tips from a personal coach for reaching your goals at work and in life. So especially good maybe for college graduates who are going to be going off into the workplace, but really written appropriately for all ages, teens and above, with tons of great practical advice. This book is actually one of the ones that led me in my path as a coach. Really excited. So I brought also a few books that are more general inspiration. One is Succulent Wild Woman, Dancing with Your Wonderful Self by Sark. Anything by Sark is super inspirational, great for graduations. This one was given to me by my friend Rachel, and she wrote a cute little thing in there. And for my high school graduation, and it's a little bit dated for that reason, but I think still super relevant, nothing that will make it inappropriate for this time and place. Of course, it's best suited for women and female identified individuals, but there's other books along the similar lines that are appropriate for all sexes and genders. And yeah, Sark really encourages you to be your own unique and creative self, so it's particularly well suited to artists and other creative souls out there. Super empowering, feel good sort of work. Along the same lines of more of a feminist perspective, this is a book that I purchased myself. It's the Bust Guide to the New Girl Order. It's actually a whole compilation of articles, great for feminists. Again, pretty old at this point. I bought it for myself back in the 90s. It looks quite ancient, but was super empowering for me and informative, and helped lead me to also study gender studies in college along with philosophy. I think it's a really great one. There's also one by my favorite magazine of all time, Bitch, called Bitchfest, that again is a compilation of articles from that really wonderful feminist magazine. Great for activists. And there's another book which I have since let go. I'll link it down below because I found it very valuable, but didn't hold on to it. I passed it along to someone else, that has to do with activism specifically too, for people who are really excited to make a difference in the world, to help others. There's lots of ideas for that too. It can be really inspiring in times of transition. And then I brought Three Black Skirts by Anna Johnson, which is more of a general lifestyle, in this day we would call them lifestyle hacks or tips, or everything from wardrobe, as suggested by the title, what to wear for work, how to keep a simple wardrobe and keep yourself looking good, to eating well, to success in the workplace and relationships, as well as personal, spiritual growth. And again, this one's a bit dated, but for me, it was just the right sort of thing. So these sorts of a bit trendy and fun of the moment guides that have really practical information too about managing finances and just getting along in the adult world can be really great as well for graduates. I brought my Kindle along too, just to remind me I have a lot of good stuff on here as well, trying to go digital. A Kindle, I'm not sponsored, but a Kindle would be a really awesome gift for graduates or for people who are going off to college. Now that I have this, that would be nice to have all textbooks this way. It makes note-taking and highlighting and then writing essays and things like that way, way, way easier than the analog version of highlighting and then having to copy down our notes. This way it's all electronically generated and much more easily accessible. But in particular, there is one book I wanted to recommend, again, for graduates and people in transition. And that is called Resilience by Linda Graham. And Linda Graham has a really great email newsletter as well that I recommend for weekly infusions of inspiration about resilience and weathering the storms and challenges that we all face in life. Very timely, no matter what season of life you're in. It's always important to do what we can to foster resilience so that we can keep moving forward towards our goals. I'll probably think of some other books that I would love to recommend for grads and people in transition as well, so I'll keep you posted on that. But for now, those are some of my top picks, and I would like to know, what are your favorite books to gift? Do you like to give Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss, or The Sleep Book to help people with sleep, or a cookbook for people first out on their own, learning to cook in their own kitchen? Is it financial advice that you like to give? What do you think is most valuable, and do you like to impart to graduates and people who are moving into a new part of their life? Let me know in the comments down below. Go ahead and like this video and subscribe to my channel. And I'll be back with more insights about dance, yoga, and life soon. Take care.